Creamy, intense tomatoey sauce. A few little secret ingredients here to ramp up the flavor. Did I mention cheese? There's cheese. This is my creamy tomato vodka pasta. Okay friends, so we are gonna make a tomato sauce that is more tomatoey, creamier, so much more intense in flavor, and we're gonna do it in record time. So a few little tips and tricks coming up. Let's get going on that sauce, the all important sauce first of all. Okay, we're gonna start off generic, olive oil. Not controversial yet. And some onions. Now the trick here, guys, is you need to give that onion some time. If you start out with raw onion flavor in your sauce, you'll have raw onion flavor at the end. So give it some time in the oil. I want to put a little bit of salt in there. The salt is not just for flavor here. The salt is going to help draw out some of that moisture in the onion, which is going to help it cook down and get sweeter and all those things. So, salt. Before it's ready, I am going to add in some garlic as well, because I want that to kind of soften and bloom in the oil as well. Now give this 2 or 3 minutes at least. All right, looking good, smelling good. There's just something about garlic and onions simmering away in some olive oil that always makes me happy. I want to go in here with some tomato paste. Now we're going to start to get funky with the ingredients after here. What we're doing with the tomato paste is adding in our first layer of like umami-ness. You guys know that I love to mention umami in my videos, but I do think it's a very important part of sort of like leveling up your cooking game at home, is understanding that sort of extra savory element that you can add in just about anything. So tomato paste, really good source of glutamates, which gives you the flavor, that savory flavor. Give it a couple of moments in here just to cook a little. And now we want to go in with some vodka. So the vodka isn't just a gimmick here. The reason we're adding vodka is that vodka will help to like creamy things up straight away. You'll see when I get that in the pan. But also alcohol is a really good flavor carrier. Vodka itself, no flavor, but vodka, like alcohol molecules, will pick up all the flavor and disperse it, make it more flavorful, intense, amazing. So there is, you know, method to the madness, everyone. Look, if you want to keep your cooking alcohol free, that's totally cool. Just leave it out. But I'm going to add in vodka. Now have a look here. So things automatically kind of creaming up. Is that even a word? Creamying up, whatever. It's emulsifying. The oils, like the oil and the sauce and everything, is kind of turning into one homogeneous, beautiful thing already. So that's the kind of thing we're going for there. I'm going to let this simmer for a couple of minutes just to kind of burn off some of the alcohol and yeah, and concentrate the flavors. Again, we're just concentrating everything here. Now we're going to go in with some tomatoes. I always prefer like whole tomatoes. So these are whole cherry tomatoes, tinned tomatoes, whole peel tomatoes would be great as well. I just think they've got more concentrate. Wow, I'm really saying there's a lot of concentrated flavor than crushed tomatoes. And now in we go with all the bits and pieces, the extra, you know, bits and pieces that are not so traditional. We want some miso paste. Again, miso paste is giving you that like salty umami flavor. And it kind of, what it does in this sauce is it allows you to get a really rich, deep flavor very quickly without simmering for ages. So you kind of get a really fresh tomato flavor still, but an intense tomato flavor. Now I'm going to go in here with some soy sauce as well, basically for all the reasons that I've just mentioned before. Okay, soy sauce. Now I also want to go in with some star anise. Star anise, not a very typical ingredient, but it kind of adds this background yumminess, which is really good. And then I'm going to go in with just a chili here. I often put a dried chili in. I've just got some fresh chilies, so I'm going to add that in for a little hint of like kind of chili spice. Now just kind of like coax that miso into the rest of the sauce there. And you only need to simmer this for like, 5 minutes and you've got a really intense sauce. So in the meantime, I'll let that sort of bubble away. Let's get going on the pasta. So for the pasta, you want to get a big pot of boiling water, throw in a lot of salt. That salt really helps to flavour the pasta, but it also gives the pasta a really good kind of texture that lets it soak up all the sauce a little bit later on. So you can choose your own adventure with the pasta here. Look, this will go with any shape of pasta, long, spaghetti, linguine. I happen to have some little short ones here. Rigati, apparently that is in my very non-Italian accent. Don't laugh at me, I'm really bad at accents and I'm not even going to try to pretend. I've just got this shape of pasta. I do like it though because it is ridged and it really soaks up the pasta sauce. So I do like that texture. All right, so into the water. So while the pasta's cooking, let's get back to our pasta sauce. Now, I just want to pull out the star anise and the chili. And now just give this a blitz, either in a blender or with a stick blender like I've got here. All right, so at this point, we've got like a fairly smooth, lovely tomatoey sauce, and you could totally leave it at that. I'm just gonna go a little bit more OTT here and add some cream. Stir that through. And now let's have a look at our pasta. Okay, these guys look ready. I am going to get them straight out and into my sauce. Now, crucial bit here, get yourself some of that starchy pasta water that's left. Keep that over here. Now, you want to start mixing that pasta into that sauce while the sauce is on like a low heat. Looking so good already. Now, the one thing that's going to bring all of this together and again give us like a really lush, creamy kind of sauce is some more of that pasta water. So just sort of drizzle that in and mix. And that is looking really good. Look at that creamy, the shiny, all the things and that sauce just clinging for dear life to each bit of pasta, and that's exactly what you want. Oh, amazing. Let's get that out onto a plate. Now for me, a non-negotiable is the cheese, of course. I'm using pecorino today. Any kind of Parmesan, Parmigiano Reggiano, anything you like would be great here. A little bit of olive oil. And there you go, guys. My creamy, tomatoey vodka pasta sauce. Oh, wow. Look at that pasta and that cheese and the sauce and oh my goodness, all the things. Oh. You know what I love about that? Is that all at the same time, it's creamy, but fresh, but intense. And cheesy, and all the things that good pasta should be. Oh my goodness. I am one happy girl right now. Yum.